Hey guys, this is Strawberry Cheese. How are you? I'm going to continue on with Killer Love. There's a lot of dialogue in this game, and it's 12 a.m. where I am right now, so I'm trying to conserve a lot of my throat. So I'm just gonna read through the game, and give my commentary at the end of each playthrough because I remember at the back of my mind that this game is very long. And if I keep making commentary, I don't think we'll ever finish the game. So let's it's more of a visual novel. So yeah, I'm going to do mainly reading and less commentary for this game. Now I forgot to show my screen just then. So I'm going to have to read the history of what happened just then. So going to the history, so basically this guy, he is still in the he's still inside of the hospital. He then he received a diary, and then from on August 7, he started writing down what happened in the past. And then he wrote, "I can't just sit here waiting. I've got to wait, and I will, but I feel like I can't wait either. I'm doing nothing, and it's eating me up. If a stomach is empty long enough, it starts eating itself. Do you know that? I know that. If I don't do something right now, I'm afraid I might be crazy. I'm going to write down everything that happened. Maybe that'll help me make sense of things." Right now, my thoughts are buzzing together in my mind like flies around a turd. I want my mind to be clear, to do what I'm going to do, and to do it properly, my mind needs to be clear, unclouded. This notebook is small, but I think I've got enough space to write everything down. It's not a long story, so here it goes, everything. I met Anna. Met her again after so many years in the store where I worked. Grace wasn't there at the time. It wasn't a coincidence that Anna visited the store when she did. It couldn't have been. She must have been following me. The first time she came in, I was at the cash register. She walked straight up to me, cutting in line. An old woman was busy counting her change and didn't complain. Nobody else complained either. Anna stood there a while, staring at me. Then she said, No, I can't do this. I can't start here. I can't do it. There's already too much of that woman in my life. I've got to start with someone else. Someone I miss. Grace." Grace was a girl who worked at the same store I worked at. She was, and still is, a kind, sweet girl. She's a little quiet, but that's perfectly fine. I hated her. I hated most people, and most things. I was a real babe. I didn't spend time with other people. Whenever a coworker invited me somewhere, I turned them down. I didn't chat with anyone during breaks either. It was just how I was, how I'd always been. I avoided Grace too, of course. Oh, sorry, we just missed something here. She tried to talk to me a few times, but then I started avoiding her even more. I only took shifts I thought she wouldn't take. The times we still ended up working together, I stayed as far away from her as I could. It worked for a while. Then came the day we really talked for the first time. I was restocking the shelves alongside an old greasy long-haired man when Grace came along. I didn't even look at her. Instead, I became very interested in stacking cans of food onto the lower shelves. I waited for her to leave. Dawn, you can switch with me, alright? You can go help Susie. I already did the bottom shelves there. Dawn, the old man, thanked her and left. And Grace started working next to me. A minute went by. I found that I couldn't work in peace. Just her being there made me upset. I had to say something. Okay, our name is Jack. I'm fine on my own. Huh? If you want to take a break or something, you can. I'm fine on my own. Oh no, I don't mind doing this. I see. Can't she take a hint? I thought then. Wait, sorry. What did she say? I don't mind doing this. Oh. It's his back, you know. What? Don's back hurts a lot. So I asked him to switch. Oh, I see. He has trouble with the lower shelves, so I get it. I didn't do it to bother you, I swear. I said I get it. Okay. We went on restocking in silence for another minute. I know you don't like me very much, so I thought you might think I was bothering you on purpose. So I'm sorry. I sighed. Who says I don't like you? Huh? Don't you? You're always avoiding me. Yeah, don't take that personally. That's just how I am. I just don't care about other people. Beep, 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 beep. If I could go back in time and punch myself in the mouth, I would. So you like me? What? No, I didn't say that. Get a clue. Haha, just kidding. We didn't talk for the rest of the day, so I thought that was that. She'll leave me alone, I thought, now that she knows I prefer it that way. But she didn't. I've always thanked my lucky stars that she didn't leave me alone after that. Maybe she should have, though. For her own sake. I hope she can forgive me. Writing about the past has been a good idea. Right now it doesn't even bother me where I am, who I'm with. And thinking of Grace, remembering the way she smiled, is giving me courage. Wait, sorry, I just want to see why the music is so silent. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. She got hurt because of me, so I will do anything to make her happy and safe. The weather was nice out today. The sky was blue. There's a tiny window on the wall to my left. I can look through if I twist my head around. This small patch of sky is the only beautiful thing around here. That and my memories of her. Hey, Jack! Hi, Jack. Hi. A beautiful morning, isn't it? Let's give it our all today. Yeah, let's do that. Your uniform is kind of old, wrinkly, isn't it? Oh, yeah, it is. I haven't got an iron, so... Geez, you're really hopeless, aren't you? I wouldn't go that far. I could iron your clothes for you if you said pretty please. August 8th. After that one time, Grace started coming up to me more and more and more, and talking to me more and more. It was a gradual thing, just hello and goodbye, and how are you doing at first. Eventually they grew to full conversations. Well, I say full conversations. They were still pretty bare bones. I noticed how friendly she was being, of course, but I didn't push her away. I couldn't tell why I didn't do that. I surprised myself every day by not telling her to screw off. Hey, Jack. There's this bar just down the road. I hear it's a good place to go. So, How about we go there after work today to relax? And when she asked me out for drinks, I surprised myself further by saying, sure. How'd you like it here? Is it nice? It's alright, I guess. I don't know, really, honestly. I don't go to places like this. Oh well, I don't either. Not a lot. But I thought it would be fun, you know? Sorry, I just realized how small this screen is, and we're just gonna move it up a little bit more. I'm going to move this up a little and increase the size of this so it's a bit bigger. Grace ordered a Jack and Coke. What's a Jack? Sorry, I'm not very informed. I'm actually genuinely curious. I'm gonna Google what a Jack is. Are those like peanuts? Jack and Coke. Oh, it's a whiskey. Oh, it's a classic cocktail Coke. Wow. I didn't know what to get, so I asked for one too. Our drinks came quickly. They were cool and pleasantly sweet, but I couldn't enjoy mine. I was in a bad mood. The waitress had giggled while taking my order, and I took it as an insult, or it was something else just as dumb. I can't remember exactly. Feels good to relax after a long day at work, doesn't it? I grumbled. What is it, Jack? Nothing. I sipped my drink. Something's bothering you, isn't it? I said it's nothing. I'm just not cut out for this stuff. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't have to drink if you don't want to. I don't mean that. I mean all this. I gestured at everything around us. Doing things. With people. Huh? Why? You wouldn't get it, even if I explained. We're just too different. I've had it rough in life. Really? I'm sorry to hear that. But that doesn't mean you can't enjoy yourself now. Well, it would be a shame not to do fun things just because of that. No, what I'm saying is, it's just not fun for me. I don't like this. How can you say that? We've barely been here for 10 minutes. I just know. She didn't seem happy I said that. So, you want to leave? I hadn't actually thought of leaving. I just complained to complain. Well, you can't leave. Not yet. Oh yeah? Yes. If you keep going like this, you're never gonna have any fun in life. So promise me you'll at least give being with me a chance. Ooh. That's very straightforward. You want me to stay here longer? Yes. At least another hour. A whole hour? Please? Fine, I can do an hour. Thank you. You won't regret it. Yeah, sure. It seemed like such a long time. There was a clock on the wall opposite me. I was going to stare at it for the whole hour, counting down the minutes. Then when the hour passed, I would get up and leave. Simple as that. But then something happened. Grace was having trouble. I had never seen her so awkward. She was stammering, struggling to find stuff to talk about. I realized it was because I was just sitting there, barely saying anything. I was acting all grumpy too. That couldn't have helped. Back in the store with so many distractions around us, it had been easy for her to chat with me every so often, a few words here and there. I hadn't had to do much back then besides nod. Sitting down, talking face to face, it simply couldn't work like that. After more than a few failed attempts to get the ball rolling, Grace gave up. She sat there looking at her drink instead of at me. She was most likely looking at the courage to end this early. In just a few minutes, I'd be free to leave. I found I couldn't stand that, so I started talking. I said the first thing that came to mind no matter how stupid. I don't know why I did it. It feels so unlike me, both feeling bad for someone and talking with no filter. Or unlike the past me, maybe I was finally warming up to Grace, or maybe it was the alcohol. Yeah. I mean, you did drink like a whole adult's worth of whiskey. I don't know, maybe it was both. The reason doesn't matter. What matters is that it happened. Back then, there was a part of me that never relaxed, no matter what. No, it wasn't even a part of me. Pretty much all of me was like that. Like a fist that wouldn't unclench. But now I found I could relax it little by little by little. And before I knew it, I really was having fun in this girl's presence, talking to her, laughing with her, simply spending time with her. What did we talk about? I don't remember. What I do remember is that I had more fun than I had in years. When the hour passed, I didn't say anything. We stayed there for hours longer. I do remember one thing we talked about, actually. We somehow got on the topic of family. What is your family like, Jack? I can't say. Oh, I see. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. I'm sorry I asked. I'm kind of not on speaking terms with my family either. Why is that? That's, actually, I don't really talk with other people all that much, or hang out with them. Well, outside of work. I'm kind of alone a lot of the time. What, really? Yeah. This surprised me. I was surprised a lot back then. I never thought Grace was anything like me. But you're so friendly with the people at the store. That's all it is. It's not that I wouldn't like to spend more time with them, but I don't know. It feels like if I let them in, they're going to turn out not nice. But you're different. You're just trying to get by. I don't think you'd use someone. Gosh, when I say it like that, it doesn't sound right at all. You must think I'm really weird. I'm sorry. No, I don't think you are. It makes sense, what you said. Really? Thank you, Jack. I really, really hope you understand. And I'm so happy that you do. I really feel like you're someone I can trust. We went for drinks again next week, and then once more the week after. The week after that, we had dinner together at a greasy little restaurant where we could afford to eat. I tried to impress her by ordering wine. I never had wine. It was disgusting. I'd guessed it would be disgusting, so I forced my way through a glass anyway. I even said it was delicious. Then Grace tried some, told me it was spoiled. She teased the hell out of me for that. I wasn't bitter about it. I laughed along. Strange how quickly people can change sometimes. Soon we started going out more often to bars, cheap restaurants, places like that. We took a lot of walks together too, and one time we even went to the movies. After about a month after this, I asked Grace if she'd be my girlfriend. Ooh. Yeah, I remember the first time I played this, I was shocked. I was like, whoa, that escalated so quickly, woo. What? Am I not your girlfriend already? It's cute. Oh, and that's how it went. August 9. A few weeks later, she told me what had happened to her back when she lived with her family. I'd known for a while that something had happened, something she hadn't shared with anyone before, but when she told me what it was, a few of the things she said, no, I shouldn't write it down here. It feels wrong. It's not mine to tell. What if someone found this journal? I had never imagined she was living with such a burden. When I found out, I felt crushed. Okay, this room. This is the moment when things start de-escalating. I know. Gosh, I feel like an idiot. And after I told you I had it rough. No, it's fine. Don't feel bad about it, please. Oh, I don't remember what happened, but I do remember her family is really screwed up. Like, really, really screwed up. But I forgot what it was. It's kind of twisted. I don't really remember. It is kind of twisted. You've got your troubles and I've got mine. I know, but can't we do something? There's nothing to do. It's all over now. All I can do is keep looking forward, you know? I hugged her and told her how brave she was for telling me. I told her I'd protect her, keep her safe forever, and I meant it. And I failed her, but that comes later. For now, I figured I should tell her what my own troubles had been. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. It's okay. I do want to. I managed to keep quiet about my past. I had only alluded to things. Now I told her everything. It wasn't a long story. What? Nothing? You don't remember anything? Okay, it's not exactly nothing. But my teen years are fuzzy. And everything before that, it's like it didn't exist. What about your family? I don't know. Maybe I had one. I was in a lot of institutions before I turned 18. Oh, Jack. I'll tell you about those times if you want, but there's not a lot to tell. Nothing really ever happened to me. I wish I could tell you everything about my life. I really do, but I can't. That's fine. Did you ever try to find out about my life before then? Yeah. I didn't. Why not? I don't know. I just never felt like it, I guess. I must have known, even back then, that some memories are best left buried. I'm sure I would like to remember if I couldn't. But you're fine with it? Yeah. Well, okay. Tell me about the times you can remember then. So I went on to tell her about all the few bland memories I had. Chapter 3, No More Stalling. August 10. I could write about all the talks we had, about the first night we spent together, about looking for an apartment, and then finding it, about moving in, about pretty much anything that only involved the two of us, but I think it's time to move on. This isn't a feel-good journal after all. It was a Thursday, coming up to a year since Grace and I started dating. I was at the cash register. Grace wasn't in the store. An old lady was counting her change, slowly in trembling hands, when Anna walked in. Anna didn't buy anything. She went for the register towards me, empty-handed. The sight of her approaching made my heart start beating like mad. My head hurt. I knew the moment I saw her that she meant trouble. Jack? My gosh, is that you, Jack? She had the nerve to pretend she'd stumbled upon me by accident, like she hadn't tracked me down. But I didn't have it together. I couldn't see through her acting. I was confused, panicking, not sure why. Excuse me, miss? Is it you? Please don't cut in line, miss. It's not fair to the other customers. The old lady was still tackling her mass of coins. She didn't seem to notice much around her. Don't play silly with me, Jack. It's you, isn't it? Yes, my name's Jack. But you've gotten me confused with someone else. Dang, we had one job and that's to pretend we are not who we are. We had to say yes. There's a lot of Jacks out there. Oh, come on, you're alright. I put a hand on the counter to steady myself. She reached out. Sorry, my neck is a little stiff. She reached out as if to place her hands on mine. I jerked my hand back like she was gonna bite me. It's me. It's Anna. Don't you remember your old friend? No, we never met. I guess it has been a while. 15 years. Not me. Must be someone else. Anna stared right at me. Through me. I thought I'd either boil or freeze. Sure, it's you. Let's go somewhere and talk about old times. I know a great restaurant just 2 streets over. Look, lady. Even if I was this friend of yours, I have a job to do. So let me get on with it. You're bothering the customers. The customers weren't bothered one bit. If they hated anyone, it was probably me. After all, I was being so rude to this pretty charming girl who only wanted to talk to her friend. That's a good point, Jack. What are you doing in this place? It's a pile of trash. Someone like you doesn't belong here. I was through trying to reason with her. I crossed my arms and said nothing, hoping she wouldn't notice that my heart was pounding way too fast. She gave me a good hard look. So that's how it is. I'll see you later, Jack. Then she went away. I let out a long breath I hadn't noticed I was holding. I felt awful. Even worse, I felt Anna had been right. There had definitely been something familiar about her. But I didn't want to find out more. Next time she comes in, I'll treat her the same way, I told myself. Guessing correctly, there'd be a next time. Guessing wrongly, that it'd be at the store. Funny how life just sometimes happens like that. You hope for one thing and another thing happens, and you hope for another thing and the other thing does not happen. I'll do it again and again until she gives up. I don't know what she wants, but I won't give an inch. The old lady cried out. She found a quarter. August 11th. It's weird, isn't it? How I just write today's date like that and then go right to telling about something that happened months ago. I should write down when that stuff happened. But it was so long ago. I don't think I can remember the exact dates. Who cares? This is only for me anyway. It can be a jumbled mess. Sometimes I feel like I should write more about what's happening now. But nothing is happening. So blip it. When I told Grace about the girl who called herself Anna, and who called me Jack even though we didn't wear name tags, she took it like it was good news. That's amazing, Jack. Wait, sorry, I'm just gonna look quickly. Okay, so we told Grace about Anna, who told us Jack. She must have recognized you from childhood. She said 15 years, didn't she? That's right from the time you can't remember. I don't know. She might be some sort of scam artist. I just come up with that idea of Anna being a scam artist. It seemed like a good enough excuse to not go near her again. Yeah, right. Come on, Jack, at least give her the benefit of the doubt. I don't need her, Grace. I've got you. Jack, I'm not telling you to sleep with her. Don't be so rude to her next time, okay? I wasn't being rude. You so were. Okay, so what if I was? It's not fair to her. She seems like a nice girl. And don't you think it'd be good for you too? To be friends with her? No, not really. So she could tell you about your past. Then maybe some things would start making sense. You could put whatever happened behind you. But nothing happened. Something must have happened, Jack. People don't... Grace fell silent. Instead of continuing, she started running her fork through the peas on her plate. We were having dinner. People don't what? Well, people don't do that at night, unless something happened to them. I keep telling you it must be some weird kind of insomnia, nothing more. Sleeping pills don't work at it. Something will eventually. But why not try this? The memories you have, it's like they want out. I think they should get out too. Then you won't be scared of whatever happened anymore. And how does that work exactly? You'll be able to face it properly. It helped me a lot, you know, thinking about what happened to me, seeing it's not as bad as I thought it was. I stubbornly refused to answer and went on eating like there hadn't been a conversation at all. When Grace had referred to what Grace had referred to was something I'd only recently found out. Apparently, I shouted and kicked at night a lot. Sometimes I all out screamed. Maybe I still do all that, who knows? Maybe the staff and patients here are too polite to point it out. No, I don't scream at night anymore. I'm fairly sure I don't. Though that's not to say I can't sleep all that well. Funny how at one point something like that was the biggest problem in my life. It was so long ago. Or at least it feels like so long ago. So much has happened since then. Anyway, the morning after I would wake up sweaty and tired, but it wasn't until Grace told me about the screaming that I found why. Grace said it happened about once a week. It really freaked her out the first few times it happened. Then she got used to it. Or as used as you can get. It made me feel like a bleep, realizing how nonchalant I was about it. Screaming every few nights in my sleep was, I felt, a small price to pay so I wouldn't have to bother about the past. But it didn't matter. In the end, if I decided to face the past or not. Either way, it was coming. The second time Anna and I met as adults, we were neighbors. I was coming back home from a morning shift at the store. I went into our building, up to the second floor, down to the hall to mine, and Grace's door, and I froze. There was someone standing in front of our door. That someone was her. Anna. Jack? Oh goodness, what are you doing here? Don't tell me you... She pointed at the door as to ask if I lived there. Yes, that's my apartment. As you blip, well no. The hallway air felt warm and stale, soup-like. What are you doing here? I was going to say hello to my new neighbor. So, hello. Wait, huh? And here, she pushed something into my hands. It was a plate, wrapped in a plastic wrap. There was something brown on the plate. Brownies? I'm sure you like them, Jack. But we're not neighbors. I spat the words out. Yes, we are. I'm right over there. Anna showed me the door to the right of mine. Ah, that place had been empty for weeks. I'm pretty sure the guy who lived there before that wasn't heroin dude. He didn't seem so bad now. What an amazing coincidence, though. To think we'd end up living so close by again. It's not a coincidence, is it? Pardon? Come on, really. What are you trying to do? It's obvious you planned this. There's no way something like this could happen by accident. You're so funny, Jack. Anna laughed. It was like the sound of a fork scraping a plate. Well? You can't believe it's coincidence, or you can't believe it's not. Either way, we'll be seeing each other pretty often. Enjoy the brownies. Thanks. I'm not a big fan of sweet stuff, but I'm sure Grace will love them. Grace? Who is Grace? My girlfriend. I pointed at our door with my thumb. We lived together. My idea was that in case she was acting like this because she was interested in me, I'd gently tell her I was taken. Grace. Yes. She must be a nice girl. The best I've ever known. She's lucky to have you. It's the other way around. Well, it's been nice chatting. I'll say hi to Grace for you. I should go in and say hello myself. No need. And she's not here right now. But, bye. Guys, I actually have no idea what happens next. I completely forgot what happened, so my memory is like, I know what happened at the end and the beginning, but I don't know what happened in the middle, so I'm gonna seem really confused. I pretended to unlock the door.